Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Tour de Zwift Stage 7. This is the Flatland loop around Makuri Islands. Pretty nice downhill to start off, pretty steady climb. Nothing too crazy though, and nicely enough, it ends on a pretty nice downhill as well. So actually, I want to point out, I really enjoyed this route. 8 miles or so, and it was just fun, actually. I don't have that much fun on Zwift rides because they're usually so painful, but this one is pretty fun. Nice route, kind of a little bit up, a little bit of down, twists and turns, some nice scenery. Like this one, I don't know, it's just kind of fun, and it's nice that it starts off downhill. I mean, look at this. We're going 30. Just a minute ago, we were going 32 miles an hour. That's so fun to start off just going that fast, and then it ends in the very similar manner, actually. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. This has been a really fun series. It's always a blast. Zwift does a really good job with the Tour de Zwift series every January. So I would also like to point out that I am doing this after I've done both stages 5A and 5B. So, yeah, plenty warmed up and also plenty gassed. Let's see here. Can I think of any other excuses? Oh, this is like, I don't know, 10:30 at night. Yeah, probably around 10 o'clock at night. So, which is usually my ideal bedtime. But I already had the gel. I did 5A. Of course, I did 5B. If you haven't seen both of those videos, go check them out. They were sweet. They were awesome. I was like, you know what? I'm still awake. The gel is still pumping through my veins right now. Let me swing one more race. And that's exactly what I did. And I'm glad I did. However, time is crawling. Like I'm feeling good enough. I'm warmed up enough, but I'm also gassed enough by like the 5-minute mark. I was like, wow. Time is going so slow, and that was kind of a sucky feeling to be feeling at that time. But I mean, I'm in with this front group. We're just drafting. The double draft is nice. Also, I was reading on Zwift's website earlier today that during Tour de Zwift, it is a 50% increase, and 50% they call that double. I call that half, but whatever. I don't make the math rules, but anyways, no, I'm feeling pretty good overall. Again, this is only the short ride, so it's only 8 miles or so, and I knew it was going to be pretty quick. So I'm like trying to think ahead. I'm trying to plan, like, okay, how can I best capitalize on this three-peat of a night that I've been having? 5A went really well. 5B went really well. Can I crown the night with a nice, podium victory, top, 10 or whatever on this Tour de Zwift Stage 7? So that's definitely the goal. I'm just doing my best to stay in with everybody, enjoy and benefit as much of the double draft, half draft, 1.5, whatever draft it is, and just like conserve and then get ready to rock it. Things are not terribly spicy, but at the same time, I would like to think we're keeping things moving pretty well. It was nothing outrageous, and I'm totally okay with that, considering I did, 2 races before this, and it's 10 p.m. It's just super late, circadian rhythm and all that good stuff. I'm not used to putting out gratuitous amounts of power at such a late hour, so I'm okay with this. So we go through this sprint, and we're kind of on the climb, the slow, steady incline going into the little village or whatever it is. And I kind of anticipated this being one of the tougher parts, just because, well, all of my above listed reasons. And this is going to be, if it gets thinned out, this is for sure going to be the part where it gets thinned out. So I just want to be careful of that. 350 watts there. Just keeping things steady, keeping it with the group. I want to be towards the front, definitely on the front half of this opening group, and especially going down this little like rock wall corridor thing. It's a lot more steady, so it's a lot more power coming out. But overall, feeling pretty good. Heart rate's, yeah, sure, it's higher than what I want, but, we're doing 250, 300 watts here. So coming into this little village kind of levels out, and it's like a long single file line. Not ideal at all. We got guys turning the corner a full 2 seconds before I even get there. So I don't love that so much. So I try to step on it a little bit here. close the gap. And you know, it's the worst thing ever when you close the gap on a guy who is also losing the wheel. So that's no good. So I do use the drafting boost to boost the draft even more. The incline goes up pretty steady, 2, 3, 4% here. I'm hoping these guys would, like, you know, pull me across. They don't, so I do a dig. I catch back on. Okay, yes, I do catch back on. Phew. This is my first time watching this back, actually, so I kind of forgot. But I'm in with the group. Yeah, sure, I did, you know, the power profile down the bottom to some warm colors right there. A couple more spikes of power than what I would have preferred. Look at that. The group of 4 or 5 go up, and no one really does anything. So, yeah, we're going to wave goodbye to them, actually. I think that was it, because, look, no one really wants to, like, do much right now. So, just over halfway. Got a little bit more than 3 miles remaining here, and we're kind of still climbing. So, just, like, steady 3%, you know, give or take. Across this bridge, but look, we're still moving here. Again, not crazy spicy. Again, I am very much okay with that, but we're keeping things moving. So with 3 miles left in the race, I'm kind of thinking, okay, this is the last leg, definitely the last stretch. This is going to be a very crucial make or break point in the ride. Either I'm going to poop out and get dropped, or just a stupid, silly little mistake where I lose the front group, possibly in an instance like this, or I'm going to stay with them over any sort of remaining incline, cresting over, heading towards the downhill portion. In the last 2.5, 1 mile, the power just ramps up. That's just how it goes. So I know at this point in the ride, it's going to be pretty pivotal for me. And right here, right now, I'm a little further back than I would like to be. Again, you know, my list of excuses, I've done 2 races prior to this. It's super late at night for me. And, I mean, other than that, like, I'm just kind of tired at this point. There's no way I could have done the longer or medium length races. There's absolutely no way. Short race was a good idea, just to, you know, fully empty myself before bed. It was kind of nice. But again, look, the power is kind of ramping up a little bit. We got just over 2 miles here, and we're going to do a little climb into that last village and then begin the sweet descent. So I'm kind of planning, like, how this is all going to go down on the assumption I'm still with the group, and the group is all together and maintained that there's not attacks flying off the front, anything like that. So far, other than those 4 or 5 guys who went and were to, thus far, never be seen again, everyone's really staying together quite well, unless we're losing people who I think it's been a minute since we've really lost anyone. So keeping things moving, definitely. And I mean, on this negative 3%, like we have some speed, and then it picks up, it goes to 3%. So I know we're gonna do some left right hand turns around here. There's a sprint banner. Ain't nobody going for that. We're just trying to finish this thing. So 1.5 miles left, and again, the speed's going to pick up, and ideally so is the power. But with this descent, we'll see. So we'll see how this thing wraps up. All right, let's go. Here we go. We begin the descent. The power is ramping up a little bit. Speed is starting to increase as we go around this probably last flat section into this downhill portion. We haven't seen any sign of those guys who took off. Looking at the mini-map, they are way ahead of us. Nobody's catching them. So no super tucking here. You got to keep pedaling just because we're moving so well. It's not quite steep enough, or it goes in and out of the proper pitch. So no super tucking rest, no super tuck footage, sadly, because I'd love to see it. So we're going to slow it down a little bit for this last 1/2 mile portion, because it gets pretty awesome if I do so myself. So 0.4 of a mile remaining, and I get the idea I have to use this negative percentage, this decline to my advantage in any way I possibly can. And I have an aero boost, so it's going to be prime. The guy on the yellow Tron bike is kind of launches an attack, doesn't really do a whole lot. No one really follows. I launch the aero boost, launch my attack. I don't want to be reactionary. I want to be decisive. I'm just that. Past the guy on the yellow Tron bike, first guy across the bridge. Someone's coming at me with a 14.9 watt per kilo sprint. Dude, I cruise across the line. This guy almost catches me. Booyah, baby. 8th place. and it looks like 6th place on Zwift Tower. Dude, that was incredible. Guys, thank you so very much for watching. Stay tuned for tomorrow. We're taking on the Fondo series this weekend. I hope to see you out there in Watopia.